What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell from the title, I will be talking about what it is like working at Brandy Melville. I will be answering questions that you guys asked in my last video's comment section. This video was highly requested, so I thought, well, why not? I'll finally hammer it out. And yeah, I've worked there for over a year now, so I just thought I can take my experience and tell you guys about it and tell you guys about what it's like there and their policies and all that. And I feel like a lot of people have been talking about Brandy lately, saying like there's just so many misconceptions about Brandy and even things that are like more true. So I just want to like talk through all that with you guys and answer some questions. So without further ado, let's hop into the video and I hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so question number one comes from Ashlyn Jones. And again, I'm looking back on my previous working at Brandy vlog. I made it, how long ago did I make it? I made it in December, which was a little while ago, but I just never ended up making this video, and I feel like this one's really important. So I will now be answering all the questions. Ashlyn Jones says, what was the interview and application process like? I just applied and want to be prepared. So when I personally was applying to Brandy, I actually wasn't intending on applying there at first. I didn't think I would get the job. I was like, oh, I don't know, there's like such like Brandy has such a reputation. I was kind of worried that they were gonna like reject me, and so I didn't really want to apply just for my self-esteem, honestly, and like my confidence. And so I was in Pacific City, which is the Brandy I work at, and I went to the store next door called Stitch and Feather, and I was like, oh hey, like, are you guys accepting job applications? And the girl at the desk was like, sure. She was super nice. And then she's like, how old are you? And I said I was 17. And so long story short, Stitch and Feather doesn't hire at 17, they hire at 18. So this girl said, oh, you should go apply at Brandy next door, like you're cute, like, you know, you might be able to get the job, it'd be fun. I know a few people that work there. So I was like, okay. Little did I know that was my manager's sister. But I go in and I apply. Back then it was like a little paper that you'd get, and you like write down your email, work experience, your Instagram, few other things, but like there is a work experience section. Everyone says that you don't need work experience, but I really think it helps. I mean, it's a retail job, and most retail jobs you don't need like a ton of work experience, but there is a section for it, so I think that does play into it. A lot of people say like, oh, Brandy just hires people because of how they look, but work experience is seriously a thing. Like, if you have work experience and you apply, you're already ahead of a lot of other people who are applying, just because Brandy hires so young. But anyways, so I filled out the paper and I didn't hear back. It was like 2 weeks later, and I'd already heard back from all the other jobs I applied to. So I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I didn't get it, and they just like didn't say anything. But then like literally a month later, I heard back. So like if you applied to Brandy and you didn't hear back for a while, it's still a possibility for you. But then a month later, I heard back and they said I got the job. So I was really excited, and I came in and brought my like work permit, because if you're under 18, there's like a ton of work permit stuff you need to sign. And so yeah, I did that and then started a little while later. So that's like my application process. There was never an interview for me. I've heard other people have had interviews. I also did like go into the shop a good amount before, and you know, like if you're bringing your work permit or you're coming in to actually do the application, every time I did it, I was talking to the manager directly. So I feel like an interview wasn't necessarily needed, just because like she knew that I was like a normal, nice person who could probably do customer service pretty well. I had work experience. I had worked in a vet hospital, like cleaning and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like I had like a good resume. I also brought in a physical resume of everything I'd done, which can help. It's not necessary, but yeah, so that's basically how I got hired and like what my application process was like. It was all pretty easy. Like everyone was really helpful in helping me figure out, you know, how to get my work apps and like how to get my pay apps and get everything set up. Like it was just really a good experience. I never have had bad experiences with like management or anything. So yeah, that is the first question. All right, the second question we have comes from Emery Colette. And she says, just a question, what are the pictures you girls have to take at the end of your shifts for? Love this video, by the way. Thank you. So basically, if you saw in my vlog, we do take pictures of each other's outfits at the end of the shift. We did take 3, one far away, one close up, and one of our shoes. So what that's for is at the end of every shift, we have to send an email to, it's kind of like management, but like visuals really, of our outfits and where everything's from. If you have noticed, when you go to Brandy, they often have a lot of new styles in, or like whatever's trending, whatever's on Pinterest at the moment, like Brandy kind of recreates or kind of creates on their own. So the reason that they do that, or like how they get all the material for that or ideas, I mean, of course, I'm sure there are people who work at Brandy that have Pinterest and like know what the trends are, but a lot of it is the pictures of employees' outfits. So we will tell them where everything's from, and the visuals, if they really like our outfits, they'll look it up and maybe have ideas for the next thing that Brandy's going to come out with. It's really just for inspiration for the company. It's not like to make sure that we look cute enough or to make sure that our outfits are perfect, or like some people said, like to make sure we're maintaining weight. Like it's none of that stuff. It's literally just to look at our outfits and see if they have any ideas. Our store doesn't have one anymore, but we used to have a visual who basically would take pictures of girls who came into the store with their permission, of course. So like before I worked at Brandy, one time I came in with a really cute outfit, and the girl working there took a pic. She asked to take a picture of it, and I said sure. And so she took a picture of my outfit and then sent it in just for product research. But yeah, it sounds weird at first to be like taking a picture every shift, but it's really not that weird. And you know, if we're wearing all Brandy, there's a chance that we get posted on Brandy's Instagram, which is kind of fun. But yeah, that's basically what the pictures are for. So thank you for the question. All right, so before we move on to the next question, I just wanted to say a lot of you guys asked similar questions, or like the same questions as ones I'll be answering. So if you feel like your question wasn't answered still, comment it in the bottom of this video and I can totally answer it for you. But I'm like combining a few people. I'm just saying the name of the person who said it that I saw first. So our next question is by and Peggy, and they were asking, what are your thoughts on the one-size-fits-all thing about Brandy as an employee, and also about the somewhat racist reputation that Brandy has? And then they also asked about the application process, but I answered that already. So let's start with the one-size-fits-all thing. I, as a middle schooler, was a size 12 in women's clothing. Now I'm like a size 4 or 6, so a little bit of a body change happened there. But I always thought that I couldn't fit into Brandy when I was that age. I was like, oh, Brandy's for 00 and that's a bummer, everyone wears it. And I was like kind of upset about it, whatever. But then in like 7th grade, when I was still kind of that size, I went into the store and I realized that a lot of the items either have like slightly stretchy fabric, or they or things are cut bigger. They just still say small or one size. So now when I work there, I think Brandy's gotten a little bit better at this, but they have a ton of oversized stuff, or like oversized stuff, which is basically just like a large or extra large. And a lot of their tops are like medium fitting. We sell a lot of baby tees, so a lot of people will think like, oh, that's an extra small, but it's really just supposed to fit a certain way, like a little bit tighter. I think they make a ton of clothing that is completely different. Like the sizing, honestly, can be anywhere from extra small to extra large. It just all says one size, or it all says small on it. I got these jeans the other day that said small, but they were actually like a large. Like, you never know what you're gonna find. There are tons of different cuts of things. So as for the one size issue, I think it's a little like overhyped, if that makes sense, or like the opposite, just because we actually have a ton of sizes. It just doesn't say it on the item. We started out, I think, a little bit more one size than we are now, like actual cut wise, because it's a really big trend in Europe, and since we're a European brand, it like makes sense for us to kind of follow that trend. It's also just trying to get like a certain audience, which sounds kind of weird, but it's like, if you're making a TV show about teenagers on Disney, then your audience isn't going to be like someone's mom. It's going to be like, especially those teenagers. So I know this sounds weird, but I think that the clothing is for a certain group of people, but Brandy's expanding that just because there was such an uproar about it. I just don't think that a brand necessarily has to accommodate literally everyone. Okay, so the next question comes from Ponyo 2.0. I love the name. It says, are y'all as mean as you seem? Or as they make you guys seem? So, no. Like, I feel like that's kind of like I'm not gonna say I'm mean. I don't think I'm mean. I've heard that I do work at the nice Brandy, so maybe it's that, but from my experience, I have not worked with anyone mean. I have not seen anyone at my store being mean. The Brandies that I've gone to haven't been mean. I honestly don't really know how this like stereotype came up. I think it has to do with the one size thing, and then people kind of like took that as the workers like made that and made it a mean thing. It really never was. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had like a bad experience at Brandy. I've also heard people always say that the employees are on their phones. The way that we communicate with one another, or like our manager, or in this work chat that we have, is through this app called Slack. And basically, we need to say when we sanitize things because of COVID, we need to say when we go on a different, like if we're going on reg, if we're doing backstock, if we're going on our break. So if you see an employee on their phone, they're probably sending an email to management or on Slack or clocking in or doing something. We're never allowed to just be texting. If we're caught texting, like we're in a lot of trouble. It's not something that we can just casually do. We're also not supposed to just talk about random things in the store. So I don't know, like I feel like Brandy workers should not be seen as like these girls who just slack off and are always on their phones and are rude, because it's like the first thing my manager told me when I started working at Brandy, she was giving me like a little tour around the store. She said, like, we really want to focus on great customer service and on being nice to people, and just like at the time we had to wear masks. I mean, we still do, but who knows when this video will come out. But she said people aren't able to see your smile under your mask, so just make sure you're smiling with your eyes. Like, it was really intentional on being a good company and nice to people. And I don't know, I feel like that's really different from what people say about Brandy. So I just wanted to like clear that up. If you've ever had a bad experience, I'm really sorry, because that's awful. But I don't think like Brandy specifically is mean. I've never experienced anything myself, and everyone I work with is super sweet, not just to me, but like to every customer that walks in. Even when people are really, really mean or rude to them, they just answer kindly and try and help them out and do the best they can to make sure that the other person just gets what they want done, honestly. So yeah, that's my opinion on the whole mean Brandy worker thing. A lot of the videos online of like mean Brandy workers are by Brandy workers like making fun of the fact that people think we're mean. It's not like someone walked into the store and like took a video of someone calling them fat. like those are like joke videos. I don't know if you've seen those on TikTok. Those workers did get fired for that, so don't advise making videos about Brandy in a bad way. But if I had anything bad to say, I probably wouldn't make this video. Like, I honestly have had a really good experience there, and yeah, that's just my genuine opinion on the whole like mean Brandy worker thing. My next question comes from Disney Toys Are for Fun. So, great username. They said, do you get paid more than the models? If not, you should be a model instead because it seems a lot easier. I'm guessing you guys have seen all the Brandy model videos on YouTube because I have, not all of them, but like a good amount. Do I get paid more than the models? I don't know what the models are getting paid. I get paid minimum wage, but yeah, and if not, you should model instead because it seems a lot easier. Yeah, let me just start Brandy modeling. That would be so fun. I'd love to be a Brandy model, but I was out of town for the auditions and I don't even know if I could get it. Anyways, there were also a few questions about whether I get free clothes. I know that some of the models get like paid in clothes or buy clothes with their paycheck or something, because I've seen videos where people get like free Brandy stuff. I do not get free clothes. Common misconception. Really wish I did get free clothes or jewelry or whatever, but no, I don't get free clothes, and I don't get paid in clothes. Like, I get a normal paycheck. Yeah, that's the, I really wish I got free clothes. But I wanted to add on, because although I get paid minimum wage, you might be thinking like you could literally work out as a waitress and get more money. Yes, but I feel like at my age, working in general is kind of rough. It's like after school, I have to run to work and stay there till really late, and it's just like, I want to be in an environment that I'm really comfortable in and that I enjoy, and with people that I enjoy. And honestly, I've become so close with my friends at Brandy and coworkers there that it's kind of fun to work with them, even though we're not like hanging out or like able to talk about random things the whole time. Just the little things like getting ice cream after work, or, you know, hanging out after work or before work. It's just, it makes the job so much better. And just being around people who are like, can hype you up, or like if a customer yells at me for the store policies, you know, like I'm gonna go in the back and feel kind of like sad or whatever, or like self-conscious, because sometimes people say really mean things. But yeah, I think just like having my friends working with me is a really great thing, and it's something that you can't really find everywhere. So yeah, I actually enjoy working. Crazy, I know, right? But that is why I stay at Brandy, and the discount's pretty good. I get 25% off, so not free clothes, but I love it. Oh, I also wanted to say, if you're thinking about applying to Brandy, literally just do it. Like, if you don't, there's never an opportunity there. Like, you won't ever have an opportunity to work there if you don't try. So I 100% advise applying. If they're not accepting applications right now, you'll still be able to send an application in because it's on the computer. So if you don't get in, don't think like, oh, they didn't like how I looked, or like, oh, it was my work experience. Like, they might literally just not have room for anyone at that location. So don't take it personally. And yeah, I think it's a great work environment and a really fun place to work. And you get a discount, 25% off, and you can give your friends 15% off. So highly advise. But yeah, shoot your shot, and who knows, maybe you'll work with me or another Brandy vlogger online. But yeah, come say hi to me at the Pacific City Brandy, and I hope this video was helpful. I know that a lot of people wanted some of these questions answered by someone who actually works at Brandy, so this is my shot at that. Feel free to ask me more questions in the comment section. I am an active replier, And make sure to subscribe and like this video because my last video got a lot of likes. I'm really excited about that. It got 21,000 views, which has never happened to me on YouTube. I'm kind of still freaking out. So do all that and follow me on Instagram at fia.marie with 2 E's. I will put that in my bio. I post some fun things and aesthetic things. But yeah, that's basically it. Comment video ideas. Like, do you want me to do more Brandy vlogs? Or let me know. And I have a giveaway coming up. So make sure to watch for my next video because whatever video I do next, there's going to be a giveaway with it. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one and have a nice rest of your day.